Okay, I'm sorry. Let's start again, please. Claudia and Yesenia.
Okay, teacher. So, how's the chicken?
Delicious. How about you? How about your steak?
It's all right.
Are you being honest? You don't sound very happy with it.
Well, it's not good, right? I asked for medium right, right. This this is well done.
Why? Don't you set it back?
Um, I don't want to bother anymore. I can eat it. I guess.
But it's expensive. I don't think you should eat. Let's call the waiter. You won't hurt his feelings.
Yeah, but
If you don't say something, you you're not going to enjoy your meal. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't see you more.
I'm sorry. It says waitress.
Okay, excuse me. Wait,
Sorry.
wait.
Waiter, sorry. Waiter. Okay. So let's see Maria Isabel and Marioska.
Okay.
So, how is the chicken?
Delicious. How about your steak?
It's all right.
Are you being honest? You don't sound very happy with it.
Well, it's not good, right? I asked for medium rare. This is well done.
Why don't you send it back?
Oh, I don't want to bother anyone. I can eat it, I guess.
But it's expensive. I
But
don't think you should eat. Let's call the waiter. You won't hurt his feelings.
yeah, but
If you don't say something, you are not going to enjoy your meal. Excuse me, waiter.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Finish, teacher?
Yes, yes. Give me a second. So we have Ruben and Viviana then. Ruben and Viviana.
Okay.
Ouch. Yeah, you
Yes.
start, Ruben. Ruben.
What?
You start.
Okay, okay. So, how's the chicken?
Delicious. How about your steak?
It's all right.
Are you being honest? You don't sound very happy with it.
Well, it's not cooked, right? I asked for medium rare. This is well done.
So don't you sit, eat back.
Oh, I don't want to bother anyone. I can eat it, I guess.
Well, but it's expensive. I don't think your child should eat ate it. Let's call. Let's call. They whisper, you want how he's feeling.
Yeah, but
If you don't say something, you're you're not going to enjoy your meal. Ex- Excuse me. Me wait, waiting.
Okay, so I think that everybody read, right? I think so. Okay, Stephanie. Okay, very good. Okay, so people, in this conversation, we are talking about giving strong advice, For example, a ver, for example, this. If you don't say something, you're not going to enjoy your meal. Right? This is an advice. If you don't say something, you're not going to enjoy your meal. Let me see if I can find another advice. I don't think you should eat it. This is another advice. I don't think you should eat it. And let me see, we have another. Okay, we don't have another, but we're gonna see another in the next page. And they are talking about the steak, right? This is a steak. So the man says, well, it's not cooked right. I asked for medium rare and this is well done. So we are talking about how they cooked the meat, sorry. So we're gonna see this. Here in the Dominican Republic, we don't have difference. I guess that we only cook the meat like this, well done, right? In the Dominican Republic. But as you know, I know that you have seen many programs or something that they ask for meat like this one, right? Rare, medium, and well done, right? So when we say rare, it's kind of like cruda. Medium rare is como medianamente cruda, right? So when we say well done, it's because it's well cooked. Another word that we use when we are cooking meat, it is overcooked. Overcooked. Right, this is another word. When we say overcooked, is that maybe it's more than necessary, overcooked. It is no burnt, no es que está quemada, but it's too cooked, right? Okay, give me a second, let me take a capture. Porque yo sé que ahorita cuando entraron muchos más de lo que están. Y ahora veo que hay como 2 o 3 que no están. So, you know. Right. So we're gonna see then more phrases to give advice here. Useful expressions, giving strong advice. If you don't leave, right? So we can start an advice with that. If you study for the test, you will fail. If you don't go to the doctor, maybe you're going to get worse. If you don't sleep early, you will be sleepy tomorrow. Okay, so we can start the advice with if you don't. I don't think you should. I don't think you should spend so much time playing games on your computer. I don't think you should go to the party because nobody invited you. I don't think you, I don't think that you should eat too much food because you are going to get heavier, right? It's another way to say advices. And you have to. When we say have to, it's kind of obligations. Wow. Right. You have to. It's kind of like an obligation. You have to do your homework by yourself. It is more it is more like an obligation than an advice. Right. Question about this part, please. Dum, dum. No questions? Okay. Well, let's continue then. So we're going to see the grammar. Present, unreal, conditionals. Present, unreal, conditionals. So you remember we were talking about conditionals in the last unit. I guess it was unit 9, conditionals. So when we use conditionals, we are talking about if clause. The sentence has a if clause, right? An if clause. The if clause, remember, can be at the beginning or can be like a second sentence. If the if clause goes at the beginning, we have to use a comma here. If the if clause goes as a second sentence, we don't need a comma here. Okay. So when we are talking about conditionals, we have a condition and we have a result, right? In this case, we are talking about present unreal condition. And when we use unreal, we say that the situation is not true right now, or maybe it was in the past. But in this case, we are talking about present, right? As it is unreal, we have to use, here, we have to use the simple past. Remember what I said. When we use the simple past, we are expressing that the situation is not real right now. Okay. So it says present because we are talking about something that is happening, maybe, or a situation that is related to the if clause. Oopsie. So when we say, for example, if you told the truth, then you would feel relieved. Right? I am saying if you told, but that doesn't mean that is the situation past. Okay, maybe the situation can be right now or can be in the future. I'm only using the simple past here to indicate that the situation is not real right now. So that person is not telling the truth. But if that person tells the truth, then he's going to have another result. Okay. If you told the truth, you will feel relieved. As you see here, in the if clause, I am going to use simple past. And in the result, I am going to use always, would, plus the base form of the verb, right? In the if clause, I use simple past. And in the result, I use would plus the base form of the verb, right? So let's see the second example. If I didn't have, as we have negative sentence, we have to use didn't, the auxiliary in past. So we have the verb in the base form. I didn't have a lot of homework. The result, I would go to the movies, right? I'd go to the movies. If I didn't have a lot of homework, I would go to the movies. These sentences in Spanish is like when we say, si yo no tuviera tal cosa, o si yo hubiera o hubiese dicho tal cosa, right? Esos son los tipos de oraciones. Cuando nosotros decimos, si yo hubiese hecho tal cosa, right? Si yo no hubiese hecho tal cosa, entonces yo tendría, right, this result, or no tendría this result. The number 3, the example number 3, if I found a wallet, then I would return it, right? So we are expressing here on a real situation. All of them are unreal, remember, because these situations are not happening. Can happen in the future, but right now they are not happening. And then we say present unreal conditionals are used to talk about imagined or unreal events. Then, the if clause presents an imagined condition. It is not true right now, right? We have an if clause and a result. The if clause presents an unreal condition, something that is not true. How do you know it is not true? Because we are using simple past. The verb is in the simple past. The result clause presents an imagined result. It can come first or second in the sentence with no change in meaning. How do you know they are expressing an imagined result? Because in this case, we are using would. Remember that sometimes we use would to express the past of will. You would feel relieved. I'd go to the movies. I'd return it, right? That is how we know it is an imagined situation. Questions? No questions. Okay, more examples here. Unreal conditionals. Unreal conditionals are sentences. Unreal conditionals are sentences that describe situations that are unlikely, untrue, or impossible in the present or the past. When we say unreal, you remember we work with past unreal conditionals because we cannot change the past, right? Present unreal conditionals because it is something that is not happening in the moment. It's not true in the moment. And then, oh, what happened? Can you hear me, people? ¿Ustedes me escuchan bien?
Yes.
Okay, very good,
Sí, teacher.
very good,
Yes.
excellent. So here we have, this is the grammar that you have, oh my gosh. Wait a second, no sé qué pasa. ¿Ustedes ven la pantalla?
No.
Esto está, no sé, tiene un error. Okay, so I was saying that present or real conditionals are used to talk about imagined or unreal events. So remember, when we are talking about unreal, we have to use the verb in past, unreal. The if clause presents an imagined condition. The verb in the if clause is in the past, in the simple past. With the verb be, use where for all subjects. So when I have I, right, I am not going to use was. The same as in the wish statements. I have to say I wear, she wear, he wear. Okay, I cannot say I was, she was, he was. I cannot say that. Always I am going to use where. In writing, when the if clause comes at the beginning, we have to use the comma. If the if clause goes here as a second sentence, so we don't have to use a comma here. The result clause presents an imagined situation. Oh, sorry. The result clause presents an imagined situation or an imagined result. It can come first or second in the sentence. The verb in the result clause takes would. So remember that here in the result clause, you are going to use would or wouldn't. Okay? Always you are going to use the modal would or wouldn't. And the base form of the verb, as you see. Feel, go, return, have. Base form of the verb. You can also use might not for probability or could not for ability, right? If you are expressing a probability, for example, if you told them the truth, you might not get into trouble. So that is a probability. If I did something against the law, I could go to jail. So that is an ability. In this case, it's kind of like something that could happen to you. Questions. Questions. No questions. Okay, so we're going to see then the next vocabulary. Okay, give me a second. We're gonna do that. Okay, the next vocabulary then. Who do you trust? Who do you trust? So as you remember, we are talking about, in this unit, we are talking about honesty. So here we see vocabulary related to that. Well, we have the first word is counting on. So do you have any idea of what is this, counting on? We say that a lot in Spanish also. I'm counting on you, right? Oh, look, I need some help, so I'm counting on you. Normally, also we say this like a joke. If you know how to count, then don't. If you know how to count, then don't count on me. We normally say that like a joke. Si tú sabes contar, no cuentes conmigo. That's what we normally say. Yep. So as you know, count on me, count on you. When you need something, when you need help, and you know that another person can help you, so you can say that. Trustworthy. He's a trustworthy employee. He's never been late to work. So when we say trustworthy, that means that you can trust in that person. So we have trustworthy and trustful. They are similar, right? You can trust in that person. So maybe the difference in these two words are that the first, trustworthy, you know that person is trustworthy because you see what that person is doing. That person is responsible, that person is punctual, that person never tells lies. Okay, you see that person that is trustworthy. Truthful, well, in the case of truthful, maybe that can be like that person shows you that is a trust, that you can trust on that person. Okay, trustworthy, maybe you see with the actions that you can trust in that person, and truthful, maybe that person does things for you to trust in that person. Maybe that could be the difference. Keep my word. I promise to help you, and I'm going to keep my word. So when you keep your word, that means that you are not going to change your plan. You promise that you are going to a party, so you keep your word, and you go to the party. I'm going to study hard. I keep my word. So that means that you promise that you're going to study, so you study hard because that is your word, right? So you keep your word. I have confidence in her. I'm sure she'll get the job. I have confidence in her. So when you say I have confidence in someone, that means that you trust that person and you know that person has the ability of doing something, right? If you say, I have confidence in my students, well, I know that my students are studying and they are going to pass because they have the ability of doing that, right? And trust. Well, you know already what is trust. So we have word partnership, build trust, earn trust, learn trust. Build is like you build trust when you in time. You meet a person and with the time, you know that you can trust that person. Earn is that when you do things eh, and another person can trust in you because you do correct things. And learn to trust, well, we can relate learn with this because when you learn to trust a person, it is with time. You maybe in the past you had some situations and you don't trust anybody, but now you meet another person and you are learning to trust that person. Okay, questions.
No.
No question.
Me, teacher,
Ah,
I
claro.
don't understand very well the meaning.
The meaning?
Me, Maria Oscar. I don't understand very well about the word trustworthy and truthful.
Yeah, trustworthy and truthful. These two words are similar. Okay, maybe in Spanish are the same. Give me a second. I'm sorry, I'm here. Trustworthy and truthful are similar. Okay, when you are trustworthy or truthful, that means that people can trust on you. Okay, I was saying that the difference, maybe the difference can be when you do things, for example, you work hard, you are punctual, you are responsible, right? People can see that you are trustworthy, that people, maybe your boss can trust on you. And when you say truthful person, you have to demonstrate that people can trust in you. You see the difference? When you are trustworthy, you don't have to demonstrate that because people see that they can trust in you. But a truthful person, you have to demonstrate to people that they can trust in you. Understood? Understood.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. So let's continue then. Let's continue. Now we're going to see the second grammar. Right? We're not going to see that. The second grammar. And this second grammar is easy. Well, it is easy. Sometimes can be confusing, but it's easy. As you see, we are talking about reporter speech. We saw that in Unit 9, I guess. Unit 9, reporter speech. So remember when we are talking about quarter speech, we say we are repeating the same thing another person said. Okay, the exact word that another person said. Remember the example that I always give. Juan Pablo Duarte said, whatever. Okay, so we use the quotation, we use this to indicate that these are the exact words the other person used. In this case, we are using reporter speech with say and tell. Okay, say and tell. For example, I can use said, right? Because remember, we are talking about the past. Somebody said something. And told is the past of tell. When you use told, here, you need to use a subject, sorry, an object pronoun, object pronoun. Me, her, him, them, us. Okay, subject pronoun. Mentira. Object pronoun, not subject, object pronoun. Okay. One thing that I guess can be complicated is, for example, if the sentence, the quarter speech is in present, if you are going to report with say and tell, if the sentence is in present, you have to report in past, right? I am an honest person. He said that he was an honest person, right? You have to report in past. I trust you. He told me that he trusted me, right? We have to use the past. But when you use here, like this one, this is in past. You lied to me, right? You lied to me. Then I have to use the past perfect. If in the sentence, in the quotation, I use simple past, in the reporter speech, I have to use past perfect, right? Look at this one. I will call you. Will. What is the past of will? Then I have to use would. I'll call you tomorrow. He told me he would call me tomorrow. Here we have present perfect. We've never met. So when we use present perfect, we have to use past perfect to report. Right? I might be late. Well, in this case, sorry, I may be late. In this case, we use I might be late. You must work. In that case, we use had to work. And the last, you shouldn't talk. In this case, we don't change, right? We shouldn't talk. I shouldn't talk. So again, when we are reporting using say and tell, it is kind of like we have to go back to the past to report, right? Yes, Claudia.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
I can use would this form of in past.
Would, in this case, would is the past of will. Okay.
Okay.
Exactly. So you can use it. Yes. Let me show you another part. So to be clear, this. Here you can see, okay, this part is the quotation, right? That the part that they quote. And this part is the reporter speech. When the sentence is in simple present, you have to report in simple past. When we use present progressive, we have to use past progressive to report. Present perfect, past perfect. Simple past, past perfect. But we never, when we say past perfect in the first sentence, we don't have to change. We say, for example, I had gone to Italy. She said that she had gone to Italy. So we use past perfect in both sentences. Understand? Yes, no? I guess yes.
Teacher, the time is over.
It's almost over, yes. Well, we are going
Oh.
to finish. We are going to finish for today, right? I don't know if we are going to have class tomorrow because I'm going to be busy, but I will let you know. Okay, no sé si tendremos clase mañana, pero yo le voy a hacer saber con María Isabel, right? Cuando yo pueda cargar esos videos, cuando yo pueda cargar esos videos a YouTube, que es la única manera que es más fácil para yo enviárselo, entonces yo se lo envío a María Isabel para que ustedes puedan practicar. Vean los videos, ¿ok? Vean los videos que esa es la misma clase
Okay.
y así ustedes pueden practicar bastante. Right?